a text, well, a comment down below from one of the viewers on my channel saying that the suspected bomber terrorist got arrested. So now I'm just going to share the screen and we're just going to listen to the CARE conference. I'm going to try and struggle stream this if I can. Let me go ahead and share this and share that. So yeah, so this is just an update. All right, so live update. Suspected Brooklyn subway gunman is now in custody. So they took him away just recently, about 15 minutes ago. 62-year-old Frank R. James was captured in a mass shooting on a subway train in Brooklyn. Via Bluetooth. 23 people were injured. Here is what you need to know. The suspect was in the subway shooting at the time he was being captured. Wow. So he was hiding out in the subway for a whole day. New Yorkers returned to the routine as police search for the gunman. Sisters of suspect Brooklyn subway shooting says he's been on his own his whole life. So he's pretty much been a hermit. When you live in New York City, you got to recover. 36 station. More officers and plenty of commuters. Frank James. So here's the police. Here you go. So they caught him. More than 24 hours of people searching for him in all the train station. So he was hiding out in the train station. Wow. Apprehended in the East Village, one of the officials said. Within 24, 2 smoke grenades and a barrage of gunfire around 8:30 a.m. yesterday on Tuesday morning. He escaped the scene, but the police discovered an array of belongings on the train that he appeared to have left behind, including a Glock 9mm handgun, 3 ammunition magazines, a credit card with his name on it, and a key to the U-Haul van that they were talking about when it got towed away. That's the one that they were looking at. And in videos, in one of his videos, he was doing his rent, driving from Wisconsin all the way to Pennsylvania in that U-Haul. So they did take that, and so they're putting everything together now. Hey, to the chat. Yes, I am live. I am live. I just had to because I never thought releasing that video an hour ago with everything that's going on where they shut down his channel. I was one of the last few to watch the channel. So I'm just live streaming because I know this topic is a hot one. This one's a hot one, guys. So an hour ago they shut down the channel, so when they apprehend him, they're starting to collect all the evidence on him. A person of interest. Now they didn't want to say he was guilty. They just said a person of interest. And that guy was hiding. Hiding in the. I don't know, man. Maybe they caught him eating pizza or something. It's a big guy, so he probably was hungry. So he probably was eating hard. Shout outs to CKC Entertainment. Shout outs to CKC Entertainment. Long time subscriber. You've always been there. You've always watched all of my 12 o'clock at lunchtime. Now, I don't know, man. I hope you weren't watching them during work. I hope I didn't get you fired for watching my silly videos. I'm going to try a struggle stream, but so far I haven't had any problem with connection right now. It looks all right for me. If it all looks all right for you guys, just tell me if struggle streaming starts and I start disappearing. He tried to blend in with the crowd. Well, it was Brooklyn, New York, so there is a lot of black people, and he's 62 years old. So nobody would ever have expected this old man, 62-year-old, to go out there and start shooting up everything, guns are blazing. God damn. Wow. So let me see if anything has happened yet with the press conference. Let me share the screen. Hopefully something has happened yet. Let me go back to it. Okay, so this is the press conference. There's only one guy sitting there. He's got his hat on. Nobody's at the pulpit yet, so we'll just stand by and we'll just wait for that, and I'll swing back, and when I start hearing something, we'll swing right to the press conference. So let me go ahead and swing back to the chat and just talk to the chat, keep you guys entertained. CK Entertainment used to work in Brooklyn. Wow. I'm in Buffalo right now. This is where my bat cave is. I'm in Buffalo, New York, where I hide on my bat cave away from everyone. Leave Canada, come here to relax. And here's my bat cave. So that's all the pictures in the background you see. They are? How come I don't see anybody in my comments? I only see CKC in my comments right now. They're the only one I see in my comments. I don't know. Maybe there must be something else. There must be something else I'm missing. Let me see. Let me see what happens there. It's like my first time really going live, so I'm trying to get used to everything. Oh, you mean the first video comments? Okay. In the live comments, I don't really see anybody in the live comments right now other than CKC Entertainment. There's four viewers right now. I'm just waiting for everything to pop off. But yep, they did get the guy. They got the guy about 26 minutes ago. So now we're just waiting for the police, I guess the chief, to come up to the pulpit. So as soon as I hear, I'm gonna switch over to the live stream and keep it in background. So I'm thankful that I'm not struggle streaming. I don't have any difficulty with streaming right now. I deleted all of my porn videos. Oh my, I think it was those all those videos probably slowing down my computer, so I deleted all of those videos. So I should be okay, guys, with all the struggle streaming. Oh, that one. You see, when I bought this house at the auction about 4 or 5 years ago, there were pictures like this against the wall. So I was like, wow, this is really nice. So the people that put up these pictures were the previous owner. They lost the house during the auction with that 2009 meltdown, and I bought the house at the auction for $11,000. I decided to keep adding more to the pictures, so I just kept adding more and more. So I don't know. Let me see if you can see. Let's see. I'll probably tilt it up. So yeah, there's a lot of pictures on the walls. I just kept adding pictures on the walls there. See? So I just kept adding more pictures when I saw it against the wall. So that's what it looks like behind me. So yeah, that picture is I think it's you got 12 big players. So it's not just people from Islam. You got Martin Luther King there. You got Haile Selassie, the governor of Ethiopia when it was free. You got Yahweh Ben Yahweh, Malcolm X. You have Noble Drew Ali. So yeah, a lot of different players in there. So I put a lot of different pictures that I've been collecting and just put it in the background and just, I guess, kept the collage going. So that's pretty much what I've been doing. Just kept the collage going. Just kept adding more pictures as I collect them. That's what it looks like behind there. And yeah, there's more pictures up and down the steps. The staircase, there's more pictures. This is just the behind what I've been doing. So I've been covering it with a whole bunch of pictures. So there's more pictures in the back. Wow, they got us waiting. I don't know why they got us waiting. Let me switch back to the pulp. I don't hear anything. They got us waiting here. Everybody wants to know what's going on. Okay, so they got a few more people sitting in the stands. They got a few more people sitting in the stands. Okay, there's someone that's come up to the front. He's testing the volume.
Mic check 1 2. This is a microphone check for the media room, and for any other media who wants to check the mics.
Okay, they're checking their mics now, guys.
Check 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. 10 9 8 7 6 5 4 3 1.
Y'all should be able to see it now.
Good morning, fellas.
Oh yeah, his channel's taken down. They always do that. They did that to EPP445. You know that big guy. His channel was taken down. Yeah, when stuff like this happens, they take your channel down right away. So they took his channel down. So he has 2 other channels. They haven't taken those 2 down. It's in the comments of my other video. They haven't taken those 2 down, so you can still watch some of his train of thought. But when you see his last video, he didn't have a plan of what he was going to do.
On the left side, left side.
So usually when people are about to attack or make a terrorist plot, they usually have a plan and they make everyone known of it. But he didn't do that in his last video that everybody's talking about. He did not have a plan. So that's why I caught everybody by surprise that he didn't have a plan. So I don't know why a lot of people are putting comments and saying that how the police would not know. The police would not know unless he had a plan and he advertised the plan. Then, you know, the police will be put on alert. But they can't read everybody's mind. He was just doing mindless rants like he always does. So let me go ahead and share the screen. I hear some voices in the background. Let me see what happens here. Okay, there's some more people now. Let me maximize this. Okay, there's some more people now. Okay, so you got more news reporter. They're trying to Police Department, City of New York. I am here in Buffalo, New York. I'm out here struggle streaming in Buffalo, New York. I should be back in Canada on the Canadian side, Niagara Falls. But, you know, sometimes I come here to relax. Buffalo, I love America. I love America. There's so many things you can buy in America that you cannot buy in Canada. For low price, too. Low prices.
Off is off, right?
Okay, let me speak up to the mic a little more. Okay. Yeah, coming up to Buffalo, a lot of stuff you can buy cheap, a lot of stuff you can buy that you can't buy in Canada. So I always make my way to swing by to America, you know, once or twice a month. Buffalo, Cleveland is even better. Cleveland's got incredible food in Cleveland, Ohio. I always go to Cleveland, Ohio, get myself some wonderful food out there in Cleveland, Ohio. Cost of living, everything there is a lot cheaper. I bought some properties over there in Cleveland, Ohio also. Yep. Cleveland, Ohio. They got a lot of mini mansions over there. Isn't that where the Rockefellers were? That's where the Rockefellers were. Our sis Michonne Denise did a vid on this too a little while ago. Yes, I saw her. She's on the Patreon for TLA. So if you're on the Patreon for TLA, then you would see that there's like a private YouTube class that the lead attorney has for people that sign up for his course and are part of his Patreon. So I saw Michonne Denise on there, and they share ideas on how to grow your YouTube channel, like what I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to grow my YouTube channel. So it's great to bounce ideas with the lead attorney because remember, he's the #1 streamer for March and February. Largest grossing.
Good afternoon.
Uh-oh, here we go. Let me share it. They're now talking.
Terrorism of the New York City Police Department. With me, Police Commissioner Keyshawn Sewell, Chief of Detectives James Essig, Breon Peace, the United States
y'all should be able to see it now.
For the Eastern District of New York,
Mike Driscoll, the Assistant Director
I'm going to maximize it now.
of the FBI's New York office.
And I'll take out the extra
John
too.
DeVito, Special Agent in Charge, ATF. These are the partners who have been working with us from the first moment of this incident, and we have important information to transmit today. First, we'd like to go to the mayor, live from Gracie Mansion.
A message from the mayor. We're waiting for him to get on. This is a message from the mayor right now. I guess he's struggle streaming too. We're all out here struggle streaming. He's waiting.
My fellow New Yorkers, we got it. We got it.
Hallelujah!
And I thank the men and women of the New York City Police Department enough, as well as our federal agents, our state police, our first responders, from the 9/11 operators to the various men and women from our medical professionals. We got him. It said to New Yorkers, we want to protect the people of this city and apprehend those who believe they can bring terror to everyday New Yorkers. And I want to thank everyday New Yorkers who called in tips, who responded, who helped those passengers who were injured. 33 shots, but less than 30 hours later, we're able to say, we got it. Thank you, Commissioner, for your leadership. Job well done.
And now, Police Commissioner of the City of New York, Keyshawn Sewell.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you.
I hope y'all can hear it.
I am truly fortunate to stand here among these extraordinary investigators and federal partners to make this announcement. Moments ago, Frank Robert James was stopped on the street and arrested by members of the New York City Police Department. Officers, in response to a Crime Stoppers tip, stopped Mr. James at 1:42 p.m. at the corner of St. Mark's Place and First Avenue in Manhattan. He was taken into custody without incident and has been transported to an NYPD facility. He will be charged with committing yesterday's appalling crime in Brooklyn. I want to commend all of the investigators and analysts who took part in this all-hands-on-deck investigation. Literally, hundreds of NYPD detectives worked doggedly during the last 30 hours to bring this together. They did so in tandem with a vast number of our law enforcement partners, including those from the FBI NYPD Joint Terrorism Task Force, the ATF NYPD Crime Gun Intelligence Center, and the Regional Task Force led by the United States Marshal Service. We hope this arrest brings some solace to the victims and the people of the city of New York. We used every resource at our disposal to gather and process significant evidence that directly links Mr. James to the shooting. We were able to shrink his world quickly. There was nowhere left for him to run. I'd like to turn it over to Chief James Essick for details of the investigation.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'd like to update the public on yesterday's incident on the subway in Brooklyn on the Manhattan-bound N train. Through the course of this investigation, we developed additional information and evidence. Mr. Frank James, our person of interest, now became a wanted individual for yesterday's horrific incident. Mr. James is a male, 62 years old. He is known to us and has ties in Wisconsin, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and New York City. His arrest history in New York is 9 prior arrests, dating from 1992 to 1998. Those include possession of burglary tools 4 times, criminal sex act, theft of service 2 times. He was arrested on a New Jersey warrant. He also has a criminal tampering. He has 3 arrests in New Jersey, 1991, 1992, and 2007. They are for trespass, larceny, and disorderly conduct. So yesterday, we recovered video of him prior to the incident entering the Kings Highway subway station. He has the same black cart that he has later recovered on the crime scene. Pictures are to my right over here. This
available electronically after
this station is 3 blocks from where we recovered the U-Haul truck that he rented in Philadelphia. The key to that truck was recovered at the crime scene. This jacket, the distinctive orange jacket, was also recovered, as well as his construction helmet he was wearing, and we recovered that in a garbage bin in transit. We believe, but this is still early in the investigation, that after firing his weapon 33 times at innocent New York City subway riders, Mr. James boarded an R train that had pulled into the station, went one stop up, and exited at 25th Street Station. We also have a picture of that. The gun used in this, a 9mm Glock, which was recovered at this crime scene, was purchased by Mr. James in 2011 in Ohio. We tracked Mr. James, and his last known whereabouts was 7th Avenue and 9th Street in Park Slope, entering the subway. Minutes ago, thankfully, NYPD patrol officers from the 9th Precinct responded to St. Mark's and 1st Avenue, where they apprehended him without incident. This case was quickly solved using technology, video canvassing, and then getting that information out to the public. So I can't speak highly enough of the partners we had: the FBI, Mike Driscoll; ATF, John DeVito; U.S. District Attorney from Easton, Breon Peace, and the coordination within the Detective Bureau. Tommy Galati from Intel, our Transit Bureau, our Patrol Services Bureau. Phenomenal job less than 30 hours later to arrest this individual. So with that, I'd like to turn it over to Breon Peace.
Good afternoon. Thank you. Yesterday was a dark day for all of us, but the bright spots of the incredible heroism of our fellow New Yorkers helping each other in a time of crisis, the quick response by our first responders, and the hard work by all of our law enforcement partners that has been ongoing is truly a bright spot here. Today, Frank James has been charged by complaint in Brooklyn Federal Court with 1 count of violating 18 U.S.C. sections 1992 A7 and B1, which prohibits terrorist and other violent attacks against mass transportation systems. He has been apprehended. He will be arraigned in federal court in Brooklyn, and if convicted, he will face a sentence of up to life in prison. My office is prepared to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that on April 12th, 2022, in Sunset Park, Brooklyn, in the Eastern District of New York, Frank James did knowingly and without lawful authority and permission commit an act, including the use of a dangerous weapon, with the intent to cause death and serious bodily injury to passengers and MTA employees on the New York City subway system. The government will prove, among other things, that James traveled across state lines in order to commit the offense and transported materials across a state line in aid of the commission of the offense. We in the Eastern District of New York U.S. Attorney's Office are working closely with all of our law enforcement partners, the FBI, NYPD, ATF, U.S. Marshal Service, and others, including the Kings County District Attorney's Office. And my office and our law enforcement partners will use every tool at our disposal to bring this individual justice and bring justice to New Yorkers and restore safety and peace of mind to all. And we'll continue to do so as this case proceeds.
Good afternoon, and thank you all for being here today. As Mr. Peace just discussed, Mr. James is now facing a federal charge for his actions. terrorist attack on mass transit. We have two ways that you can get in contact with us, because I want to be very clear that this is still an ongoing investigation. If you have additional information regarding Mr. James's activity, or if you have digital information, please reach out to us. Contact the FBI, 1-800-CALL-FBI, or you can provide digital media through fbi.gov/Brooklyn shooting. We need to hear from you so we can fully understand all the events that have occurred over the last 30 hours. It's crucial that we receive the assistance of the public as we piece this case together. There has been some reports that FBI holdings to date had a tie to Mr. James. I want to be very clear that to date, we have found no record of an investigation of Frank R. James by an FBI office before the shooting yesterday. Reports that FBI's New Mexico field office previously investigated him are inaccurate. I want to thank our partners in this case, the NYPD, the ATF, the U.S. Marshals, and the U.S. Attorney's Office, and all the members of the FBI NYPD Joint Terrorism Task Force. We've had such a tremendous response from all of our partners in this case that have led us to this moment now. I also want to take a quick moment to highlight the work of the JTTF. I'm fortunate I get to work with them every day. It's truly an outstanding group of people, led by SAC Kerry Farley, who spearheaded this investigation. They've done an outstanding job on this, as they have every time New York has faced a threat of this nature. So thank you, and I'd like to turn it over to John DeVito from the ATF.
Good afternoon, everyone. Again, my name is John DeVito. I'm the Special Agent in Charge for ATF here in New York State. One of the key points that Dick Driscoll pointed out was that we could not have done this without the public's help. First, let me say our thoughts and prayers and actions for the past 2 days have been with the victims as well as all New Yorkers. The men and women of ATF have been working side by side with NYPD, FDNY, Marshals, FBI to solve this heinous crime, which we have. Immediately after the attack, New York City Crime Gun Intelligence Center, or CGIC, which is a unit comprised of highly skilled analysts, investigators from ATF, NYPD, as well as a myriad of other vital partners, whose sole purpose is to collect, analyze, and disseminate actionable intelligence regarding gun violence. Just imagine a team of dedicated professionals exploiting every nugget of intel from gun violence, the firearms, and then weaponizing that information to use it against the people that are terrorizing our community.
Here we go.
That's your CG. The timeline on this gun's life spans 16 years in 5 states. And I'm very proud to say that late yesterday evening, about 12 hours after this attack, ATF agents were able to close the loop on that extensive time span and determine that Frank James purchased said firearm from a federal firearms licensee in Ohio in 2011. So essentially, we tied that gun, utilizing the shooting, to our target, and now we have our target in custody. Thank you.
Okay, we're going to be in that we've told you almost everything we have to say. Basically, answers very limited questions. King.
There was a person who called Crime Stoppers. We're reviewing who exactly made that call.
Okay, I think right now it's just the media's asking questions right now, so you can't really hear us.
First and foremost, we were looking to get this guy off the street before he did any more than carnage, brought any more carnage to the city. As to the investigation into the motive and to look and scour his social media, that's still part of the ongoing investigation. But again, first and foremost, we wanted to take him off the street. The investigation is continuing into the motive and to his social media postings.
Wilbur.
You said Mr. James walked into a Barstow subway station. What time was that, and what was he doing between that and you guys?
That was 9:15 yesterday. So the incident occurs at 8:24. So he exited the 25th Street Station House shortly after 8:24. The R train pulls in. We catch him next going into a park slope on 7th Avenue and 9th Street at 9:15. And then we grab it today. But we had literally hundreds of detectives out scouring video throughout the crime scene and beyond.
So this is 9 a.m.
Excuse me?
9 a.m.
Yes, that was him. Yeah, yesterday at 9:15.
All right, Mark.
Do you have any idea where he was previously? Any ideas on whereabouts? Tracked him anyway? Did he say anything?
No, his arrest was just literally minutes ago. So we haven't even, he's just arrived at the precinct shortly. As to his whereabouts, that's part of the investigation. Detectives are out going through video canvases, and we're going to backtrack that, and that will take literally weeks.
Katie.
Two more questions. The first is, anyone previous to yesterday's attack had any complaints, or did they look into the cameras being out, not just at 36th Street, but 45th and 25th? And additionally, is there any indication that Mr. James is going to do any more attacks in New York City?
But
We'll get back down to cameras.
yeah, as far as them doing any more attacks, that's again, that's part of the investigation. Our main focus was to take him off the street immediately.
And do you know how?
Go ahead.
Do you know how he purchased the gun? If he had a criminal record?
You can't have a felony conviction to purchase the gun, so he had no felony convictions.
Okay, New York one.
How are you?
Hi.
Has the mayor's security detail been returned to its typical size and scope?
We're not going to discuss that. Julian Bob.
Yes, can you take us from the Crime Stopper tip to the arrest? What happened between how was he located?
The Crime Stopper tip today? Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, Julian. Good afternoon. Crime Stopper tip comes in, reports that the male is in the McDonald's on 6th Street and 1st Avenue in the 9th Precinct down on the Lower East Side, East Village. Officers respond to the McDonald's. He's not in the McDonald's. They start driving around the neighborhood looking for him. They see him on the corner of St. Mark's and 1st, and they take him into custody. No incident and take him into custody. Yeah, so the camera systems in the subway system are not NYPD cameras. They're owned and maintained by the MTA. We have access to them. We do regularly look and see which cameras are working, which ones are not, but the responsibility for those cameras belongs to the MTA.
Are you going to make the officers?
Not at this time. If we do, we'll let you know.
We have witnesses on the train who said he was sitting in the back corner of the second car, and he popped the smoke grenade. And we have one witness who says, what did you do? He goes, oops, and then he pops the two, brandishes the firearm, and fires 33 times. That we are in the process, and we are asking for anybody's help who was on that subway train or on that platform to reach out to the Crime Stoppers at 1-800-877-TIPS with any information. We're still looking for witnesses and anybody who has information who was on the scene.
Okay, New York Times.
Well, our crime scene is still processing that scene. It goes to the lab and they'll give us a report. It's still very early in the investigation for that.
All right.
The statute that requires no access to the foreign terrorism. It's all
That's correct. The statute is titled Terrorism and Other Violent Acts in Mass Transportation. So there's a federal interest, of course, in protecting mass transportation hubs and infrastructure, and so that's the jurisdiction. But we're not going to comment further on. We're still investigating the motive and things like that, so can't comment further.
All right, last question to Juliet.
Yes, talk about his contact with social services at any here in New York.
That's going to be part of the investigation as well, so we were not able to speak to that at this moment.
So parents are arrested tonight. Did you know this appeared?
That's part of our investigation as well, Julia. Thank you.
You're the last question.
Thank you. I'm wondering if there's, do we have any motive in terms of Sunset Park, why Sunset Park or was Miranda?
No idea. So just to close, we also want to acknowledge our partners, sometimes Chelsea partners in the media, for putting all these pictures out, for spreading this story from the time we did the press conference yesterday. That was a critical effect on raising the kind of public awareness that, as the commissioner said, was able to give him very few choices in terms of where to go. So we appreciate your efforts as well. Thank you very much.
Well, guys, I guess the live stream is over here for the broadcast. So pretty much what they've done is they've caught the guy now. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to try to respond to some of y'all with your questions about this this video. And the last video I did this morning, there was a lot of responses. So I'm going to go ahead and try and get to my old page here, to my old video. Okay, here we go. So one of them, the first person said, yo, his channel is crazy. I couldn't stop watching it because his mindset is mind-blowing. So yes, I did watch some of his videos this morning before his channel got taken down. I watched a few of his videos, and a lot of them, he's going into a lot of deep thought. So the guy is very intelligent. You know, he's 62 years old. He's got wisdom. You know, he knows a lot of things. He breaks down a lot of stuff. At first, he doesn't really look like a racist or someone that's looking to plan for a fight. But as you start watching his videos, he starts talking about black people and what he hates about black people, and he really gets into his corner. Not like Uncle Ruckus, like totally evil, but more of like, why are we doing this? Why are we doing that? Have we been cursed by Ham in the Bible to do this? Have we been cursed as a people? He gets into Bible scriptures and he talks about, you know, that we predisposed to being evil as a people. He looks around, you know, in America, we're at the bottom of the totem pole. He looks into Africa, we're at the bottom of the totem pole. He looks at South America, we're at the bottom of the totem pole, and he makes his conclusion saying that, you know, we are just at the bottom of the totem pole. The world will be better, I guess, without us. And then he's just into down misery. And the sister said, you know, he hasn't spoken to the guy in decades. So he's just been a hermit. And I guess he goes on YouTube to vent his frustrations for the last 13 years. Like YouTube, I think that's probably the beginning of YouTube, the last 13 years. So he was on YouTube. Probably before YouTube, he might have been on those forums, because about 13 years ago, I think that's when YouTube really started to pop off. So he's been on there for a long time, right from the beginning of YouTube. And it's surprising that he only has 400 subscribers on his main channel. So 400 subscribers, but yet his last video, he was able to get 100,000 viewers in his last video from 400 subscribers. So you can see numbers really didn't have anything to do with his channel. People really wanted to know what was going on, and a lot of people were ninja watching his videos. They weren't subscribing, you know, they didn't want to be connected to it. all of 100,000 viewers for his last video before his channels got pulled down. So he was really ninja watching the whole time. A lot of people were ninja watching. Another one is a comment here. Most of the people he killed weren't black though, so I don't understand. Okay, for this comment, I know a lot of people put this comment in and said that a lot of the innocent bystanders that were shot were not black. What happened is his first target was a black woman. And then when he popped that smoke bomb, he couldn't see what was going on after that. So he wasn't able to check out and target only black people. He just started shooting as soon as the pop gun went out. And with the smoke, he can't see anything. So he just went blazing and just shooting nonstop until he emptied out his clip. So he didn't know who he was shooting at. But his first person that he shot at was a black woman. So it was targeted at black women. So this is definitely a hate crime, terrorist plot. So when people put that comment in, it's because he wasn't able to see, after his first shot, he wasn't able to see who he was shooting at. So he just unloaded his clip at random people because the smoke was in the way. But we do know from the first shot, it was a black woman. So now they say that he has, this happens when you focus on negativity too much, which is true. You focus on negativity too much. You talk about death all the time. Tupac and Biggie, look at their last songs. They were all about death and killing and dying, and you pretty much are calling. You're calling the angel of death to come to you. When you start talking about evil stuff like this, of course you're going to be welcoming the angel of death to come. So that was another comment that I see here. Okay, another comment here is, I've used some of the vids about baby doll experiment, the alphabet people, and a vid that showed a portion of his vid discussing the newest Supreme Court justice and her spouse, how black is presented to the most dysfunctional behaviors in black neighbors, no longer communities, how good in melanated skin is presented to whiteness. Okay. I did see some of those clips about his comments about the new justice of peace. It is great to see a black woman in one of those high level. Not only is it just symbolic, but it's also, it gives pride. And when other black young children are looking at Itaji, the new Supreme Court, then it shows that they can also read those levels of the society. Just like when Barack Obama, when he came in, it wasn't all about just Barack Obama. It was a symbol that he brought that, now there is equality for a black man who's considered the lowest of the low in the American community to get all the way to the highest position. And he did not have Becky at his side. He had a Keisha at his side. He had a strong black woman at his side. So Barack Obama with the black family in the White House, that was very symbolic. So that's why when people are talking about they're trying to discredit this new black lady, they just need to stop. This lady is overqualified for the job. Like, they didn't just leave the door open and she walked in. This lady was overqualified for the job. So why are they trying to discredit her? Another comment here. For anyone looking for his videos, he still has 2 active channels, all right? 2 active channels. Some of y'all were saying that his main channel was taken down. He has 2 channels, which is Out of Gas 88 and Prophet of Doom 8888. So he still has 2 channels, guys. He still has 2 other channels. If you want to see what they are, the exact spelling, you have to go to the comments of my previous video that I did this morning about him, and then you'll have those 2 channels. People are saying that it's still active. So if you want to know the train of thought of Frank James, you can still watch those 2 channels that he has. Out of Gas 88 and Prophet of Doom 8888. Okay, CKC Entertainment, you said, I bet that chick is not for reparation, so he can go for herself. Okay. Barack Obama also said about stuff like that about the reparations issue. Now, during COVID, we printed enough money that would have cleared reparation. Like Claude Anderson, he put a number at the reparations, and what they printed out during the 2 years of COVID for all of the stimulus check and everything, that would have paid for reparations. So reparation was never an idea, a thought for America. And the only way that black people are going to get them to force the American people for reparations is we have to obtain these powers, these level of powers, like how Barack Obama came to become a president and Taraji is Supreme Power Court. We got to get up to those levels of power before they even do anything. We have to get the money. That's the only way we'll be able to get it. And right now, with such a minority in these powerful positions, we need to be, this lady, hopefully she encouraged a lot of black people to get into these powerful positions. That's the only way that reparations is going to come in. And another thing about reparations is that Khalid Abdul Muhammad always said, 30 years ago he said this, that even if they gave out reparations, are black people ready for that money? Like what are we spending our money right now? Our black people as a whole, $3 trillion every year. We have the economy of Luxembourg. We make enough money as a people right now. But what are we using our money for? To buy Gucci's, fake weave, fake hair, sandals, extra long eyelashes. We're not putting our money into something important. So Khalid Abdul Muhammad said that even if reparation was given right now, if we gave the money right now for reparations, white people are going to come out with a reparations Bentley 2022 for all y'all brothers to go and buy. Berg's jeweler, they're going to make, a diamond crystal 2002 just for us to go and buy. And then you're going to see Malaysian Yaki number 2022 out, and all of a sudden they're going to take that money right out of the black community. As fast as they give the money out, as they say in the black community, it's only going to bounce for 16 minutes and it'll be right back into the white man's hand. So we also need to work on our education. What we should do with reparations is have the reparations portion, and also another portion of the reparation is free education from kindergarten school all the way up to post-secondary school, free degrees, free masters, and free doctorates for black people. Because education is very important. If they gave free education to black people, just like how they do in Canada, they give free education to the Aboriginals, this would be very beneficial for black people. Like the black people that want to do something for self, they have that option that on top of getting the money for reparations, they can also get free education. So I would add the reparations amount and the free education. But I'm not a foundational black American, so I can't really comment too much. But I would say that they should have the reparations and have the education free together, because that is what we need as a black community. We need the money and the education of what we should do with our money. They should throw in personal finance, free education, personal finance. Because that's what we need. Because Khalid Abdul Muhammad from the Nation of Islam said that, they're going to give the money away for reparation and they're going to take that money right back through all of these stimulus packages and all of these, 2022 Bentley chromed out cars reparation. They're going to have them out there and people are going to go and buy them and they're going to clear the lot. I think they did that in one of the comedy skits too. So on top of reparation, we do need education. So reparation and education should be coming together and they should be free. That'll really change the black community. Because I know here in America, education is so expensive here in America. It's ridiculous. Like in Canada, you'll pay $2,000-3,000 a year, and for a degree program, you'll pay like $3,000 to $5,000-6,000 a year for a degree program. Here in America, when I did my master's, it was $5,000-6,000 a semester. So I'm spending $15,000, like 3 times as much here to get educated in America, when in Canada I could get it done for a whole degree program. You pay $6,000 to $8,000 for a whole degree program in Canada. In America, it's like 6 figures, 100,000. It's ridiculous. So if they remove that obstacle, I know a lot of black people can get in and they'll have good jobs and from the education and get into the STEM program, science, technology, education, mathematics, science, all of that. Okay, CKC, he said that it doesn't matter what people do with it. You can't determine what people might do and use as an excuse not to do it. Yes, you can't really control what people can do with the money. But I'm saying that they should also make education free. So not just give out money for reparation, not just throw money at it and hopefully it's a band-aid. That reparation should also come with free education. That's what I would add. But I'm not a foundational black American, so I can't really comment. But as a black man looking outside towards this issue, I would say education has to be implemented with the reparation. Okay, so what else comments we got here? I've been trying to look for this channel because I'm pretty sure it'll give us an idea of where he's going. Okay, that one we already mentioned before. Another person says, I sympathize with the guy that would never ever go to any kind of extreme like this person. Here, he definitely needed some help. But I understand what he means with black society being a threat in their own enemy through nobody should ever do anything like this. So yes, this guy is right. This guy that went in and shot up everyone, he is a broken man. He is a broken man. Like if you look at Mike Tyson, the guy that tried to pull a gun on Mike Tyson about a month ago, and then Mike Tyson realized that this guy was a broken man, and afterwards he hugged that guy that tried to shoot him. And that's what a lot of these brothers need. A lot of these brothers, they need someone to listen to, and they need a hug. That's what they know. But this guy was living as a hermit for so many decades that there was nobody there for him to really talk to. So he vented through his frustration by taking it out on everyone else. All right, let me see what we got here. Okay, somebody left a note. He just got arrested in NYC. Yep, I just did the live stream. Another person said his channel got taken down. Okay. This is proof that all religious rhetoric and fallen angels junk make you crazy. Okay. About religion. There's nothing wrong with religion. It's the people that carry out religion and use religion, I guess, to justify for what they are doing. Like, you remember the Crusades? You remember when the Muslims, and they came into Morocco to clear all the infidels. So people will use religion in the past for their own perverted use. So I hope this is not what this guy has said. I haven't seen Frank James. He hasn't made a public announcement. So we'll see what it is. I hope he doesn't say anything about, don't bring Jesus into this. Don't be trying to bring Jesus into this. Okay, sir? Don't be trying to bring Jesus, please. You did something wrong. Don't be trying to justify with Jesus, and try to sway black people. You know how it is. They try to get black people's ear through using religion. Don't be trying to sway black people into this by using the word Jesus and trying to justify. Jesus will not be co-signing on nothing like this. So we're going to stop that right there. Let's not try and use religion to justify what's going on here. Black man, we need to hold other black men accountable. We need to hold other black men accountable. With all this stop snitching stuff that's been happening in the 90s and 80s, we really need to get rid of all of this. We need to hold each other accountable, no matter how old or how young the brother is. That's why I like YouTube, because now YouTube means you yourself can go ahead and talk about the situation. And black men, we need a voice. We need a voice of reason. There's a lot of people out there with YouTube channels that are very educated. And we, as a people, if enough of us start correcting other brothers, then we could stop a lot of this nonsense. We could have reached out to this brother a long time ago. So let me see another here we got. So does that inspire a certain form of insanity? Some of that inspires, yes. CKC Entertainment leaving another comment there. So let me see another posting here. Oh boy, You guys are just popping these. My phone keeps refreshing here because y'all are just dropping so many comments. I never thought I would have so many comments. My phone keeps refreshing here. Woo. Okay. Oh wow. All right. Somebody here says they're framing. He is innocent. Okay, so I guess somebody's trying to make it out that he's innocent. I don't think he's gonna be getting away with innocence. Like stuff like that will only happen for white women. This is all that you would only the only way he's gonna get out of this is if he automatically turns Michael Jackson in the jailhouse. If he finds some way to turn into Michael Jackson in the jailhouse, that's the only way that they're gonna prove him as innocent. I don't know how they're gonna do it because he went into a public place in broad daylight and just opened fire on people. This is premeditated, so at best, attempted murder. He's not gonna be getting away with no innocence. Come on now. Yeah, he has to go to jail and turn into a white person like Michael Jackson. That's the only way he's gonna be getting out. That's the only way he's gonna be getting out. This guy, he's booked. You saw the fleet of cops. He ain't no smooth criminal. When CKC right, he ain't no smooth criminal. Exactly. The only way he getting out of it is if he turns Michael Jackson in that place. Psychological warfare. Okay, Rage put a posting. Psychological warfare. American people. Hey, I think I can bring people. Oh, look at that, man! I never thought about the live stream. I could bring this. Okay, I could bring comments. Psychological warfare on the American people to cause even further division between races that live within. What better way to weaken a nation? I mean, it's been happening. Yes, this guy's really going to weaken what is going on. This fabrication that we have come so far to become one nation, and then you have this going on, and that's why black people, we need to call this guy out. We need to call this guy out and say what he's saying is wrong and does not represent us as a whole. This man is a broken man. And he went out and he lashed out. And he even attacked, his first person that he was shooting was a black woman. So his target was for other black people. And if you watch his other videos, the other two channels, he was disgruntled at black people, most of it. So he had something against black people. And it just so happened when the smoke bomb went out, he couldn't see all of the black people targets anymore. So he just opened fire and just wailed against everyone. Okay, so I didn't know I could do this. Now I can bring people's chat up. Oh, look at that, me struggle streaming. I'm gonna try and bring everybody's chat up. I'm sorry, man, I'm struggle streaming here. I'm learning a lot about this live streaming here. So now I can actually pull people's comments up. Shout out to CKC Entertainment. He's been faithful to my channel. Every day he's been faithful to my channel. So I'm gonna bring all of his bubbles up so y'all can see what he was saying right here. I know it's some of the chat. So I'm sorry guys, I'm struggling streaming. I'm slowly learning how to live stream. I just realized you can bring people's comments up. I thought it was only the super chat and it will automatically bubble up. So y'all can see. A spike vibrator. I didn't see that one. Where did that come from? Hopefully he doesn't drop the soap in the that's all I gotta say. Make sure you don't drop the soap and make sure you don't squeal like Michael Jackson. Boy, they're gonna tenderize him over there. Shoot, once they find out who he is. Okay, here we go. Here's the channel. Okay, somebody just said the Prophet of Doom 88 is gone, but Out of Gas is still up. All right, so that channel is still up. He has two. Well, he had three. A main channel that they got removed. They just moved a second one. So if you guys, y'all need to run and go ahead and watch the very few because they're slowly removing the content. They're cleaning up all of it. So probably within a few more hours, he's gonna be scrubbed clean from Google. You won't find any of his stuff. It's gonna be locked away. So CKC, sorry about not bringing up your comments, but I just found out that we can bring up comments. So I'm bringing them all up. So make sure that you are acknowledged for all the comments that you have written. All right. These are all the comments here. Okay. And there's some more comments here, but I'm gonna go right down to the bottom. So yeah, so let's go ahead. I'm gonna bring up some more comments here, because you guys are just dropping them so much. I'm trying to keep up with you. All right, so Guy miscalculated the demographics of Sunset Park and the areas beyond, mostly Hispanic, Asian, and Jewish. He ain't really do his research. Okay, this guy is funny right here. This guy said that when he got off at the train station, he got off at the wrong stop. He should have gotten off at a stop where there was a lot of black people. He got off at a stop where it's mostly Hispanic and Asian. So he automatically stuck out. So there was no way for him to blend in with the crowd. He got off at the wrong stop. He was not thinking this right. So the cops easily saw, like, the guy, he looks like he's 300-400 pounds, like a big guy. So it'll be hard for him to miss. For him to hide out in a park, Sunset Park, it looks suspicious. Like he should have went to a club that's dark and start hiding. But I guess he wasn't smart enough, man. He wasn't thinking this through. All right, so another guy said, well, he is caught. I want my 50K. Okay, I guess this guy is saying that he was the one that gave the information. He wants his 50K in the back of a truck. He wants a Merc, and he wants to donate it. And he has a video of April the 12th last year. He seems he did it on his birthday. That dude seems to be right. Okay, so I guess some guy is trying to say that he gave the information to his arrest, so he wants his 50K. Well, hopefully he gets his 50K, all right? And then the last comment we have here, yo, why did they just delete his channel, bruh? He literally was telling the truth. Okay. So yes, he was telling his truth, and that's what YouTube is. You get to tell your truth. But at what point does it become harmful when you're out here, shooting people up, especially if you're shooting other black people and your target is black people? Yeah, of course, no. It's not going to go down like that. No, it's not going to go down like that. New sub. All right. Shout outs to Salty Pure Blood new sub with the outlet Riri. Okay, so he got information there. Let me see. We got some more comments here. I'm gonna refresh this. We got some more comments on here. Salty Pure Blood. Thanks for the tab. Oh, so wow, Salty Pure Blood. He even has some laughing emojis as this guy. A lot of people are making fun of this guy that made that comment. They're framing that he's innocent. I don't think he's going to get away with it, man. You're going to have to Michael Jackson, moonwalk your way, be a smooth criminal, and he's going to have to turn white. He's going to have reverse vitiligo like Uncle Ruckus. That's the only way he's going to get out of this innocent. So that's the only way he's going to get out of that one, man. Woo! But anyways, guys, it's been an hour. I've done like 3 videos already on this guy, So y'all leave your comments down below. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. That's all I gotta say about this video. Bye-bye.